Where was Snake now? Perhaps he was somewhere laughing at them. If he was Zero, surely he had lied about many other things. Was he watching them? Then why wouldn't he get Clover? Did he not care about her? I don't know. Well, I believe I've finished with my confession. Why don't we get moving? He sounded as if he'd just finished doing nothing more exciting than describing the weather. For Sante was the last straw. The hell is that shit? You aren't going anywhere, you son of a bitch. We're gonna leave your ass here to rot. Why? Because I killed Clover? That's ridiculous. Why are you so upset that I killed the little bitch? She was nothing to you. A stranger you only met a few hours ago. Am I wrong? You bastard! Seven roared and lifted a fist that would likely have shattered Ace's jaw. But someone else was faster. It was Lotus. She stepped toward Ace, raised a fist of her own, and drove it straight into his nose. Huh. You've got some fire, don't you? I confess I rather like a tough woman. He sniffed and wiped a small trickle of blood from his nose with a raised eyebrow. Well, maybe you'd like another one then? Before that, let me give you one of my own. Huh? Lotus scarcely had time to blink. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! No way! Okay, are you joking? All the girls now have been taken hostage if this is true. Are you joking? In the same motion, he reached into his coat pocket. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? So what, Ace got to it before Santa did? Then Santa should have said something, but wasn't he thinking about doing it? What the bullshit? The revolver. Almost lazily, he tilted it to point at Lotus's head. If any of you so much as blink, I won't hesitate to pull this trigger. God damn it! All the females, really? I should call it sexism on the game developers. I've already killed 2. No, 3 people. Yeah, you killed the 9th man as well. Don't think I'm not ready to make it 4. 3 people? He tricked the 9th man. He wanted his bracelet without the 9th man along with it. Very well. Let me take this opportunity to illuminate you. The person who killed the 9th man was me. Although I suppose to be more accurate, I encouraged him to get himself killed. While we were examining the main staircase, he came to me and told me his name. I recognized it at once, so I gave him a little push. Just a little white lie. It seems the settings for the dead were altered. Now it only requires a single person to deactivate the detonator in the bracelet. You were in the game before! The 9th man was in the game before! Oh! He was in the game before. That's why he knew the terms, even without reading Snake's letter. But Ace lied to him and said, you know, the terms have been altered. So maybe Ace was in before and said, oh yeah, I was in the other place, the place you weren't in. Or, I don't know, something like that. Investigate with Beyond Door 5. We'll meet again later. Okay, have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then. Shit! Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied! Open the door! Please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out! Do what you say. Oh my god, there's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me, he put me in here! It was him! He killed me! It was him! Yeah! I had 4 reasons for killing him. Oh, that's a good number of them. 1. As I said before, in the notary game, the number 9 bracelet is of utmost importance. If I had allowed him to keep such a useful tool, he or it would have become a threat to me. As such, I decided that he should be eliminated early on. 2. I wanted the number 9 bracelet If I could manage to obtain it, I'd be able to manipulate the game as I saw fit. I'd be unable to acquire the bracelet unless its owner was dead. 3. Even setting aside his number, he would have been nothing but trouble for me. He was aware of my past. He knew what happened here 9 years ago. It was important that I eliminated him before he was able to do. Oh, wait a second. He knew of your past. Why did he know that? Unless he was one of the 4 people. Maybe he was one of the other 3 people that trapped us here originally. That's possible. Then that would kind of make sense, I guess. Yeah, it was important that I eliminated him before he was able to disseminate this information. 4. Lastly, I wish to conduct a simple test. A test to see if the Nonary game was serious or a poor attempt at a joke. I need to be quite sure. As such, I encouraged him to act against the rules so that I might observe the outcome. Junpei glared at him. I don't get your third motive. What the hell happened 9 years ago? Didn't I say? The Nonary game was played. I planned it out and I conducted its execution. Why? What on earth was it supposed to do? I don't really think I have any obligation to tell you that. Ace smirked. He was trying to provoke them, and it was working. Although Ace had paid very little attention to Lotus after catching her, the gun had never wavered from her temple. She looked quite pale, and when she spoke, her voice shook. Hey, what's with this gun? Where did he get this? Why don't you tell her, Santa? Santa ground his teeth and glared at Ace. On the other side of door 6. We found the gun in the coffin in the cargo room. Right? Bastard must have grabbed it when we weren't looking. Indeed I did. That was a pretty serious mistake, you know. Just saying you intended to leave it behind. Ace laughed, a short, derisive snort, and gave Junpei a sickening, pitying look. That's what I said, Junpei! Whether it's Santa or Ace, it doesn't matter. Shoot off all 6 rounds, don't let anyone use it. Ah! Well, there isn't much time left. I'll be off then. Where are you going? Do I really need to explain? I had assumed it would be obvious. I have the number 9 bracelet. And now I have Lotus. Oh, gotcha. 9 plus 8 plus 1 equals 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9. Wasn't there a door with a 9 on it? In the room that looked like a church? That's where you're going, isn't it? And how do you know that? Santa told me about it while we were looking for Clover. I see. Well, you are correct. That is my destination, but now I must say goodbye. To all of you. And please, don't forget my warning. Move and I'll pull the trigger. I don't need her alive to open the door, you know. As he spoke, Ace began backing toward the door, practically dragging Lotus behind him. Junpei, Santa, June, and Seven stood, frozen. Ace had the face of a man gone mad. They had no doubt he would pull the trigger. Ace had reached the exit. He forced Lotus to open it, then turned and addressed them once more. Goodbye. Then he stepped through the door. Don't tell me this is to be continued. I mean, it's gotta happen soon, I'm sure. He felt shut. There's no way this is the true ending. I really hope it's not, because I like Clover a lot. In the blink of an eye, they were gone. As soon as Ace and Lotus were gone, Junpei and the others leapt for the door, in pursuit of Ace. But as Junpei laid his hand on the doorknob, there was a noise behind him. He looked over his shoulder. Crap! Right now? Really? June was kneeling on the floor, breathing heavily. Hey! June, what happened? Are you alright? Santa ran to June and wrapped his arm around her before she could collapse all the way. Jesus, you're burning up. Your fever's back. Are you okay? June's fever had returned, again for no apparent reason. Her eyes were watery and her eyelids drooped. Her breath came in dry, shallow gasps. I'm okay. Really, I'm fine. You should be worrying about Lotus. She was breathing hard now, and she could barely summon the strength to talk. Junpei was torn. He couldn't leave June alone in the state she was in. But every moment they waited, Ace was farther away, Lois's life in his hands. What was Junpei supposed to do? June's eyes drifted to Junpei. She managed to muster a weak smile. Junpei, don't worry about me. I just need a little rest. I'll be fine. Don't you remember? I just need to rest a little bit last time. So please save Lotus.
Think about what Ace has already done, Junpei. When he's got what he needs from Lotus, you really think he's gonna let her just walk away? God damn it! You guys go on ahead. As soon as June starts feeling better, we'll follow you. Go!
Well, I guess you do have a creepy stalker crush on her, so I guess it'll be okay to leave her with you for now. Junpei looked at June. She nodded once. She couldn't manage much more. But it was all the confirmation Junpei needed. His resolve was set. Alright. Come on, 7. We're going after Ace. So I have 6 different endings of this game, right? Does that mean 6 different people decide to go evil? Like, really? Maybe everyone but Jude is actually evil. I don't know.
Hell yeah!
Santa, you take good care of June. I'm trusting you.
Santa nodded.
Junpei turned before he had a chance to change his mind and started running toward the door. He could hear 7's heavy footsteps behind him.
Let's go!
Junpei and 7 exploded into the hallway, their feet pounding the metal floor as they ran. I want to get to the end of this. Come on, come on, come on. Giddy up, game. I know it's got to be coming soon. This better not be the true ending. I've already beaten the game once, so I know it can be, but I'm hoping it's not. Junpei and 7 had finally arrived at the church, exhausted and out of breath. As their lungs struggled to catch their breath, their eyes frantically scanned the room. No sign of Ace or Lotus.
You think they already went through?
Check the thing. Is it vacant? He reached up to wipe a palm full of sweat from his brow. Maybe. Even as he spoke, Junpei was already on his way to the large of the number 9 doors. Larger. He looked at the red. The display panel read vacant. He spun around and headed toward the smaller door. The red would tell him if Ace and Lotus had moved to another room. Engaged. Engaged. It's occupied.
That means Ace and Lotus went through here.
Yeah, it seems like it. Junpei and 7 stepped away from the door. They retreated to the center of the room and began to talk.
What do we do now?
What should we do? Well, the big door is still vacant, but
2 of us can't do anything with it.
Yeah. First of all, our digital route is not 9. Just then, as they were pondering what to do next. Don't tell me this is how it ends again. Are you joking? There was a noise. A noise like someone hitting a thick wooden panel. This is going to be it, isn't it? Junpei looked up, surprised. 7 followed suit, his eyes jumping around the room, looking for the source of the sound. It wasn't long before they found the altar. Or more precisely, what was on it. The coffin.
Yeah!
Let's open it.
How?
By force!
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, you never know till you try, right? The necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
Who said that?
I forget. Anyway, we've got to try. Junpei and 7 leapt at the coffin. They grabbed hold of what purchase they could find and pulled.
Ugh! Ugh!
Damn it!
See, didn't I tell you?
If you could just pull it open, why would it have something like that? 7 pointed at a keypad on the side of the coffin. Right, so unless I put in the right passcode, it's not going to open. The noise hadn't stopped. In fact, as it continued, it had only gotten louder and more forceful. What were they supposed to do, Junpei wondered. Was there some sort of clue somewhere? It's gonna... Don't tell me it does it again! No! They stood there for a few moments, staring at the coffin, and then Seven spoke. Oh, no, it's not. Hey, Junpei. I remember you mumbling about some weird numbers over by the bathroom in the first-class cabin. You got those numbers by solving the secret message Clover was holding, right? Truth had gone or something like that. Yeah, that's right. What about it? Well, maybe that number's the passcode for this thing, too. Come on, that's impossible. Those numbers were the code to unlock the safe. Yeah, but the person who set up that safe in this coffin is the same person, right? Zero set up both of these. Yeah, probably. Well, then they might have set the same passcode for both of them. That's ridiculous. Why don't you just try it? I mean, it's not like you'll make things any worse. It'd just be a waste of time. There's no way they're the same number. How do you know that? You never know until you try. Exactly, get to it. Only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures. Who said that? You. Get it open. Try it. Fine. He knelt down in front of the keypad and looked at it. Perhaps because he'd repeated them so many times before, the numbers came easily to Junpei's mind. 1438-3421. Quickly, he typed them in. Is this it? Is this it? He checked that he'd entered the right numbers, took a deep breath, and pressed the E button. It only took a moment. Oh my god, it's it! What's in here? I want to know what was in here in the other playthrough. What's in here? Well, you gotta be kidding me. There's a click. What's in here? Oh my god, with a heavy clunk, the lid of the coffin slid off into the floor. Oh my god, what's this? What is this? Snake? It is Snake! Why? Ah, those voices. Snake isn't Zero. Confirmed. The reason he was in here was so that he could be switched. The real Zero switched him. I knew it. They were even trying to red herring me. I knew that was going to happen, right? Something was going to happen, they were going to think it was Snake, and then something's going to happen to confirm it's not Snake. There's no way he was trapped in here this whole time, and is Zero. Junpei and 7, unless I'm mistaken, the Edgeworth returneth. And what is with that getup? This is... Where are the others? Are they elsewhere? Of course, there was no reason Snake would have known anything about where anyone else would be. Junpei and 7 looked at one another. There was a great deal he needed to know, but... They had to tell him something, however, so they began to talk. Snake explained to them how he came to be locked in the coffin. Apparently, he'd been hit with some sort of knockout gas. There was one thing, however, that neither 7 nor Junpei could bring themselves to say. That Ace had killed Clover. They feared that if Snake knew, he might well go insane. They decided as much by a look the moment Snake had climbed out of the coffin. Snake's story explained frustratingly little. Zero's true identity was a mystery, as were his intentions. Why had Zero put Guy X in Snake's clothes? If Zero had left a note for them to say the Nori game had been played 9 years before, was there some connection? Junpei put the question to Snake. Okay, here's what it might have been. The person Ace killed was one of the other 4. The 9th man was one of the other 4. Who's the 4th? I don't know. His answer was less than illuminating. What are you talking about? I apologize, but I have no idea what you're saying. It seems as though Snake was perhaps not being entirely honest, but that knowledge did Junpei and 7 little good. No matter how many times they asked, he insisted that he knew nothing. It was becoming clear that Snake wouldn't give in, and every second they spent asking was a second wasted. Their time limit was fast approaching. Snake's release from the coffin had changed nothing. They still needed to follow Ace as quickly as possible. However, they stood in silence, the overpowering atmosphere of the chapel almost stifling. Junpei, 7, and Snake simply stood, at a loss for what they should do next. What do we do now? Let me do some quick math. If you take 9, and minus 9, and 8, and 1, you get 6 people, but you gotta minus 4 from that, which means you get 5. Which means for everyone to leave here alive that's left, I have to be sacrificed. He glanced over at Snake's wrist. Sure enough, he could see the 2 on the bracelet on Snake's wrist. 3 of us can't make a digital root of 9. Yeah, we just get 5. We're stuck here then.
Oh. Hey, I just remembered something.
7 began patting his pockets as if he were checking to see if any of them held anything. What? What is it?
I found something earlier.
What do you mean you found something? Like what?
This.
He'd finally found the pocket he wanted, and his hand drove into it. 7 pulled out something round and metal. Oh yeah, that was on the captain. A bracelet. There was no mistaking the number glowing at them from the face like a cartoon eye. 0. Zero's bracelet. What the hell? Are you saying that 7 has the number 0 bracelet? Yeah. Where'd you get that? Snake's question was innocent enough, but if he learned the truth he'd been able to see, he would have noticed 7 look away.
Clover gave it to me.
She did?
Yeah.
How did she come by it?
Well, she found it, see? On the other side of door 1, A deck, in the captain's quarters.
So yeah, common question. What's your favorite... yeah. Snake just came out of a coffin. Sure, let's talk about the undead. What's your favorite, fictional work containing zombies? No, Attack on Titan doesn't count. Because if it did, anyone who's seen Attack on Titan probably just say Attack on Titan, and that doesn't inspire creative answers. My favorite zombie thing, off the top of my head? Yeah, I'm gonna say something that, it's kind of cheating, but no, there are zombies in it. Is this a zombie? It's even in the title. But yeah, it's not the standard zombie apocalypse that you typically get. In fact, there are very few zombies in it, but they are there. And as far as just the zombies go, I really like how unique they are. They don't act, all frail and slow and just like lifeless like most zombies, except when they're exposed to natural sunlight. Then they do. But otherwise, they just act like normal humans. They look like normal humans. However, you can cut them up as many times as you want, chop them in bits. But they can regenerate as long as their body parts are within close enough proximity, which is more than you can say for most zombies and zombie works. Another thing is, it goes by the theory that humans only use a certain percent of their capabilities or whatever. But a zombie, being undead, can access much more of that power, even 100% of it, even over 100% at times. It's a goofy show. So it makes zombies essentially superhumans, which you don't see that often. And I really like it. And speaking of the non-zombie stuff, I really like the over-the-top nature of the show with crazy things like vampire ninjas and magical garment girls and magical garment girl zombies, even though they're guys, and necromancers. There's a lot of different crazy things like that. And I really like it. The action bits, when there's action, is great. And the main focus of the show, really, the comedy, is amazing. There are very few shows that actually make me laugh out loud. Sometimes I might get a chuckle or laugh in my head, but typically I do not laugh out loud. That show is one of the shows where I laugh out loud. A lot. So, I really like it. Anyway, so let me know your answers. She asked me to hold on to it because it was too big and bulky for her to be lugging around. It was a lie, and Junpei knew it. Haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, Basic stuff. Well, I did borrow one thing. Alright, Junpei. Been nice knowing you. What? What? 7 plus 2 plus 0 equals 9. Wait, what? No, you're joking, right? Come on, man, I'm just kidding. You better be. There's too many dicks in this game. And that's 100% truthful, really. Why is it 6-3? It's just Still, just in case, I want to make sure the Zero bracelet gets picked up by the rep. Snake, give me a hand, alright? Without waiting for a response, he started walking toward the door. Junpei and Snake followed him quietly. Before long, they found themselves in front of the larger of the two doors. It'd be weird if it worked, because 0 and 9 essentially do the same thing. And by essentially, I mean they do the same thing. 7 and Snake put their palms on the red. Once they'd done that, 7 put the number 0 bracelet on the scan panel as well. It worked! A third asterisk appeared on the screen. 7 plus 2 plus 0 equals 9. Now they just need to pull the lever and the door would open. Would it? Error! Can't use 0. Huh? Why isn't it opening? Well, the third asterisk lit up, so must have registered the 0 bracelet. Maybe it isn't actually 0. Huh? What? That bracelet may not actually produce the number 0 when scanned. That is what I'm saying. Oh! I think I might know the trick here. In fact, if this is the case, then this is gonna... There's no way finding out 0's identity is this easy, but I'm gonna go ahead and speak my mind. What if 0's, the 0, the number that it actually inputs, is equivalent to the number of the bracelet who is actually the real 0? If that's the case, then with a little trial and error, we could probably figure out who it is. But, I don't think it'd be that easy. Why don't we try a few different combinations? Perhaps you can determine what number that bracelet actually contains. Junpei nodded. They decided to use the following combination. Oh god. Snake plus Junpei plus the bracelet. Junpei plus 7 plus the bracelet. Snake plus Junpei plus 7 plus the bracelet. Well, let me think about this. Snake and 7 is 9, plus Junpei is 5, which means if the bracelet was to open the door, then it would have to be 4. Junpei plus 7 would be 5 and 7 is 12, which is 3, which means the bracelet would have to be 6. Snake plus Junpei is 7, which means the bracelet would have to be 2, which would be Snake. So what, is it saying, okay, if my theory is right then, which I don't think it is, that would mean it's either Snake, Clover, or June. And Snake would be the red herring that I've been saying since the beginning. Clover's dead. June? I have a gut feeling about this, but I think this would be way too easy if this actually turns out to be the thing that works. Let's go ahead and try it then. Junpei plus 7 plus the mysterious bracelet. Junpei plus 7 equals 5 plus 7 equals 12, and 1 plus 2 equals 3. They're scanning their bracelets. And? Oh my god! What the hell does this mean? It's a trap? No. Is it that... I've been thinking since for a while that June might be 0. Because that would be the good plot twist that, you know, your closest friend is 0, but doing it like this would make, it being June, like finding out that it's June a little too obvious. So I don't think it is, or if it is, then this isn't why we find... No. What does this mean, though? Let's say June isn't 0. Why does it correspond to the number 6? Maybe because it's the opposite of 9? I don't know. Yes, so it would seem 7 clearly hadn't thought their experimentation would produce anything useful, and looked rather confused. Snake was, as usual, calm and smug. The door slid closed. Junpei's forehead furrowed as he thought. That meant the number for the mysterious bracelet was 6. 5 plus 7 plus 6 equals 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9. But how could it be 6? Display on the bracelet clearly showed a 0. Suddenly, from somewhere far beneath them, they heard the creak and groan of tearing metal. With it came the sound of water pouring into parts of the ship that had, until recently, been dry.
Oh man, that's not good. I guess our time's just about up, huh? At any rate, I forgot he was wearing that costume. At any rate, we know now that the door can be opened. Let's go. But, Snake, are you sure? Yeah, you know that only Junpei and I can go through this way. You needn't worry. I have a solution to the problem, my last resort. But if now is not the time for last resorts, then when? Oh, you were on the ship before, so what's your last resort? Just tell us your knowledge. Last resort? Wait, what? What's your last resort? What? Maybe we should tell you the Clover's dead first so you don't, like, freak out and decide to not do it. Watch it not work because of the Zero bracelet? Okay. What's gonna happen? Wait, what? But how did Snake get there? What? Oh, no. Wouldn't Snake be dead? What? Junpei 7 and Snake ran full tilt down a long straight hallway. They were headed for the stern of the ship and had no time for distractions. As they ran, Sutton spoke. Gotta admit, you really surprised me there, kid. I couldn't figure out how the hell you were gonna get out of that one. How come you didn't do that right off the bat? As I told you, it was a last resort. Had I used it at the beginning of the game, I would have come under a great deal of suspicion. I imagine most people would have taken it to mean that I was Zero. Wait, what? Once they'd convinced themselves of that, I wasn't optimistic about my chances of making it out of here alive, let alone unscathed. I felt it best to play my cards close to the chest, as it were. That way, if I were in a situation where there was nothing else I could do, I'd have a little trick up my sleeve. Oh, right. Well, the bracelet's on the left arm, and his arm is prosthetic, so it comes off, right? So he could have, like, just taken the arm off, and then taken... Yeah, he could have just taken the arm off, and not even needed the bracelet. Yeah, that's true, I think. I'd just take my bracelet off. Snake's plan had been simple but effective. He'd simply remove his bracelet. How? To Junpei, it looked as though Snake had simply crushed the bones of his hand until they were small enough to fit through the wristband. Of course, that would have been practically impossible, so... How'd he done it? My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm. Snake had slid the bracelet off and tossed it into the coffin. With it gone, he had little to fear from the number of doors. He'd walked through the door easily without authenticating. He stepped out to the other side unscathed and began running down the hall alongside Seven and Junpei. But what about everyone else? What about, well, everyone else would be, Santa and, June. Let's say June is Zero. What about Santa? He's a douchebag, but, maybe he was just desperate and didn't want to, like, wait for them to try and find an answer that wasn't real. They kept running for a while longer and eventually came upon a set of stairs leading downward on the right side of the hallway. They stopped and peered down the staircase. As far as they could tell, it went all the way to the bottom deck. There didn't seem to be any flooding. They nodded quickly to one another and jogged down the stairs. It took only a few minutes to make their way to the bottom deck. There was a single hallway in front of them, at the end of which was a single door. Junpei threw it open. Inside was a massive iron gate. A plate was affixated to the top of it. Caution, incinerator. Incinerator? Oh my, that doesn't sound very pleasant. Do you see a lever near the gate, perhaps? Yeah. Right over here. How'd you know that? Well, I'd be happy to regale you with the story. I imagine it should only take half a day or so. Junpei grumbled, gave Snake a dirty look, and jogged over to the lever. Yeah, because he was on the ship before, right?
If you pull it, the door ought to open. Got it. Pulled the lever down. He was on the ship before, and he got off the ship before, so... With the rumble of an ancient motor, the door opened. There was no need to hold back and no time to hesitate. They pushed their way inside. Standing in front of them were Ace and Lotus. Ace still held the revolver in his hand. Oh boy! I thought they were gone! I thought we weren't seeing them again in this playthrough. It was still pressed hard against Lotus's temple. What is gonna happen here? Intriguing. And there's another number 9 door? Is that what that is? A small dark bruise had begun to form near the tip. Even from several yards away, Junpei could see that Lotus was shaking. She was terrified. But perhaps more interesting was that what Junpei saw behind them. 9. Another number 9 door. But why? Why was there another one? The door stopped Junpei in his tracks. It simply shouldn't have been there. As his brain finally began to consider why, the whine of a warning klaxon filled the air, drowning out any thought. Warning! Warning! Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. What? Automatic incineration will take place in 9 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Oh my, how exciting. Didn't think I'd get to use the evil Ace voice again so soon. But, so what does this mean? Like, it was a trick, like we thought we could all get out, but then we can't actually all get out? And maybe Santa knew that because he was in the game before and that's why he did what he did? Maybe? I don't know. You've run quite a show here, Zero. A terrifying smile twisted Ace's face. What's the matter? Too frightened to understand? Here, let me explain. It said the incineration system is about to activate. In 9 minutes, this room will be engulfed in flame. Huh? Who are you? You didn't recognize me? I'm hurt. It's me, Snake. Snake? Ah yes, you are alive. I'm afraid your bizarre style had me confused. I'm quite glad to see that you're alive. Ace's voice didn't change. Snake ground his teeth. If you don't mind me asking, how'd you get here? Snake, Junpei, 7. The 3 of you couldn't have opened a door with a 9. Did you use Clover's bracelet, perhaps? What? 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 4 equals 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9. Yeah, I guess we probably should have thought about that before we did this. Oh, well, your reaction suggests that you did not. Hold on! Why did you think we'd have Clover's bracelet? I think this is an awkward time to bring this up, but Ace killed Clover? Junpei felt his chest tighten. Oh, they haven't told you? Told me what? Huh, clearly not. Normally I would take some time and enjoy the moment, but I'm afraid my time is at a premium just now. I'll have to make this quick. Clover. Don't do it, Ace. Keep your goddamn mouth shut. Clover. I said stop it! Stop it, yeah! Don't listen to him, Snake. Junpei could feel his voice going hoarse, but Snake didn't listen to him. What happened to Clover? Ace looked at him. The corner of his mouth curled into the hook of a cruel smile. Not that Snake would be able to see it. Clover died. The color left Snake's face. Did his eyes just open? I mean, I know you can open your eyes even when you're blind, but... He shook his head weakly. No, that's not true. That's impossible. It's a lie. It has to be a lie. Oh, it's quite true. I can assure you of that. I killed her myself, you see. What? Oh, you didn't want to do that. They're gonna see how dangerous the edgy boy can be. No, but as he said earlier, he can beat anyone in a fight, even when blind. But then again, he has a gun. I'm sorry, did I stutter? I killed her. Snake's face twisted into a mask of rage, molten red rising to dot in his pale skin. Yeah, I was thinking this might happen. He's been pretty aloof throughout the entire game, but his sister's probably his weak spot. His entire body shook. He looked to Junpei disturbingly like a demon. I'd have rather she died with less suffering. A bullet in her brain, perhaps, would have been ideal. Unfortunately, that would have made quite a bit of noise. Circumstances being what they were, I was forced to settle for the knife. The one the ninth man had, you remember? I believe I caught her just below the shoulder blade. I was rather lucky, in fact. My first thrust went right between her ribs. Her flesh was so soft. My knife slid in so easily. There was no resistance. That feeling was, I confess, I feel rather excited. It's a powerful memory. Someday, perhaps, I hope I can feel it again. Incineration will begin in 7 minutes. What's going on here? I'm going to kill you! Snake's words were a guttural growl, barely audible. I'm sorry, what? I am going to kill you. Ah, so you're gonna kill me. Please do. Come now, I'm waiting. Don't do it. Don't listen to him, Snake. Stop it, kid. He's screwing with your head. I guess he would be a kid to you, considering your actual age. It's younger than I thought it would be. Is there a problem? What are you waiting for, boy? Don't you want me to send you to join your sister? Don't! Snake! Don't do it! But Snake could no longer hear them. Snake could no longer hear anything. Ah! 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 Oh, jeez! Snake moved like a bolt of lightning. His scream echoed through the incineration chamber, full of rage and despair. Snake! 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 Snake, yeah. Oh. Ooh, what you say? You might be able to beat anyone in a fist fight, but he has a gun. Ah! Ugh, I did that too good for my liking. Another scream filled the room. It was Lotus. She ran across the room toward Junpei, her eyes wide with terror. Snake's ill-fated attack had loosened Ace's grip on her. She'd made a run for it. She reached Seven and Junpei and ducked behind them. Junpei could feel her fingers on his arm, tight enough to be painful, keeping him between her and Ace. Incineration will begin in 5 minutes. Give me the woman. He raised the gun. I need her. Without her bracelet, I'll be unable to open this door. 1 + 8 + 9 = 18, 1 + 8 = 9. Quickly now. I don't have time for your shenanigans. In the center of the room, Snake's body lay eerily still. Oh no. My favorite character? No, my favorite character's brother. Who was probably my second or third favorite character. He looked like a human larva, prone and vulnerable on the floor. I see. Then it would seem I have no choice. The rest of you must die as well. Fortunately, I have 5 bullets left. 1 for Junpei, another for Lotus, and the last 3 for that lump of an idiotic man you call Seven. I'll take Lotus's body with me and leave this room. Incineration will begin in 4 minutes. Well, it looks as though our time together is at an end. I rather enjoy playing with you. So what, are you never going to bring up the question of why Zero's bracelet is the same as, like, June's? Because I feel like if you don't bring it up, that makes it more likely that it's June's, and that's too obvious. Like, that makes it more likely June is Zero, is what I'm saying. If they did bring up the possibility, like maybe Snake did because he's the smart one, and then we were like, no, that's impossible, and then Seven was like, well, I mean, then I think it would be more likely that this isn't the case, because if they actually brought up the idea of it, then it would be like getting it in your mind, and getting it in your mind makes it too obvious, but it's already obvious to me, so I really hope it's not as simple as, okay, yeah, it's June's because it's the same bracelet. I rather enjoyed playing with you. Goodbye. Junpei could see Ace's finger tighten. He could see it begin to squeeze down on the trigger. His body tense, preparing for the catastrophic impact of hot lead against human flesh. Then it happened. What the? What? 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 No, that's impossible! For the first time, Ace's composure broke. With obvious effort, Snake lunged forward, one step closer to Ace, then another. He looked, for all the world, like a zombie. Is this a zombie? Fitting comic question of the day. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. His voice was the mournful wailing of the undead. Stay away from me! Get back! Stop! If you come any closer, I'll... Get away from me! Little by little, Ace was retreating. Snake didn't stop. He continued his stiff, inexorable approach, his eyes twin pools of pure fury. Listen to me! I said don't come any closer! Shit! You bastard! I think you wasted a little too many bullets. Ace's revolver left 5 times. 5 times, the air in the incinerator was split by the crack of a bullet. Snake's body twitched as 5 clouds of blood and torn flesh leapt into the air across his body. A fine pink mist drifted from his body and disappeared. Snake made a strange sort of choking cough. And then his strength was gone. His legs crumbled and his broken and battered body slid to the floor. So he's not some kind of superhuman? Ace just got unlucky? But if that's the case, you're kind of out of luck, jerk. In a fist fight, against 7, with me to back him up, I don't think you're gonna stand a chance. Generation will begin in 3 minutes. Kinda made a mistake there, huh? Wait, what? What? Even as the pool of blood beneath him grew, he began to move? How is that possible? What is this I don't? He half crawled, half slid toward Ace. One bloody arm wrapped itself around Ace's leg. Did Ace just shoot in the wrong places, or does he have more prosthetic parts than just his arm, or what? And the other gripped his thigh with strength that should have been long gone. You son of a bitch! You're a monster! Get off of me! Let me go! Damn you! He kicked at Snake with his free leg, driving his foot into Snake's face, his arm, his shoulder. It made no difference. Snake refused to release him. Once a snake has ensnared its prey, rarely does it release it. This is it, Ace. We're going to burn to death together. I can only assume that either A, he has more prosthetic stuff, or Ace just shot in the wrong places and he's continuing on because of, like, adrenaline and stuff. What? Incineration will begin in 2 minutes. Ah! Damn it! Damn you! Get off! Let me go, you monster! You don't belong in this world. Okay, look. Think about it this way. My company owns a wonderful hospital. It has excellent doctors. You're not wounded too seriously. I'm sure they can fix you up easily. You don't have to die. You can be saved. Just let me go. Save my sister and I'll think about it. It's probably what he's gonna say. Pathetic. Begging for your life. Then 7 Dolores began to speak. Junpei could hear tears in their voices, and their words restrained. Snake, that's enough. You can stop now. Yeah, he's right, Snake. You've done enough. Come on, Snake, let's go. Let's get out of here. You have to come with us. We have to leave together. Snake turned toward them. He coughed and blood spouted across the floor. Then he smiled a sad sort of smile. I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't do that. I think this is another remix of the intro scene. Kind of. The intro song, a little bit. You'd best forget about me. You need to leave soon. I'm going to take him with me. Shut up! Be quiet! I couldn't save Clover. My sister died because of me. Perhaps this will begin to atone for that. Perhaps in the afterlife, she can forgive me. Now,
Go! If Lotus wants to get out of here, we kind of need to use his bracelet, unless 0 acts as any number. Well, maybe it acts as any number but 0. Maybe it complements any number to make it 9. If that's the case, that changes things. I hope it is that way, because then, you know, it takes suspicion away from June. You have to go! Incineration will begin in 1 minute. God damn it, shit! We're out of time! We have to go! Seven ran toward the exit. Lotus followed him, but Junpei couldn't move. There were white lines down Snake's cheeks, where his tears had washed the blood away. He was broken, body and soul. Junpei felt as though half his own heart was being torn out. His eyes stung, and he tried desperately to swallow, to clear the lump in his throat. Junpei, what are you doing? You have to get out of here now! Junpei's chest tightened, pulled taut by anger, misery, and a cold feeling of emptiness. Pure emotion surged through his heart, alongside the torrent of blood. He could feel it building, a tremendous wave, growing taller and taller and taller. And then it broke, crashing down with thunderous force onto his shaken, unprepared mind. Snake! Snake! Junpei's rational mind was gone. He was driven by instinct now, and he launched himself across the floor at Snake and Ace. Or he tried to. Wait! Don't be an idiot, Junpei! He felt a hand grab him from behind. It was Seven. Before he had time to react, the larger man had pinned Junpei's arms to his sides and was hauling him bodily back toward the door. No! No! I have to help Snake! 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 Is this intentional? The whole repeating Snake 3 times? Get off of me! Let me go! Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. Shit! Ah! Are we all gonna die? Like seriously, how did we just leave June behind? Why would we do that? 7, 6. Damn it, I don't got a choice, kid! Don't blame me for this, alright? Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2. 1, 0. Beats 2 and 3 are locked down. Beginning incineration. Junpei felt Seven's fist bury itself deep in his stomach, and then his legs turned to mush. Seven scooped him up with the same motion and leapt through the door. It slammed shut behind them. Junpei staggered to shaky feet. He glanced over to see Lotus only a short distance away. Junpei ran to the door. There was a small window cut into it. Inside he could see Ace and Snake. Shit! Damn you all! Why? Why? Because karma's a bitch, you jerk. Why me? Really? I don't deserve this. Oh, you deserve this and more. Answer me! Answer me, Zero! Why? Why? Zero! Zero! Ouch! Zero! That was an interesting sight. What about June? Like, how could we just leave her there? Why would Junpei do that? Maybe the others weren't thinking about it, but how? And what about that 0 bracelet? Does it just act as a complement to 9, or is it 6 for a reason? Like, what? Well, the ending is definitely coming out soon now. He didn't know how much time passed. He didn't know how long he stood there in front of the incinerator. He looked to the side. Lotus's face was ashamed, and if not for the hand she put against the wall, Junpei didn't think she could have stood. Seven looked old, and tired, and used. His eyes stared at the floor, seeing nothing. Junpei said nothing. He simply began to walk toward the open door.
in the hallway they'd come down earlier.
Hey! Wait, Junpei!
Junpei, where are you going? He blinked when their voices broke the silence. He stopped. You stay here. I'll go get Santa and June. Wait, what? Okay, let me see if I understand what just happened. They didn't go through the 9 door, but the incinerator was going to happen, so they just turned around, came back through the incinerator door without going through any numbered doors, and it just closed.
You're gonna bring them here?
How? Don't worry about that. Just stay here and wait. Alright? He began to walk again. He looked over his shoulder and watched Seven and Lotus grow smaller and smaller. They stared back, not moving. He wasn't sure if they could. He turned around again. He knew where he was going. When they'd walked through the hallway earlier, he'd noticed an elevator at the end of the side hallway. If it still worked, then maybe. Before long, Junpei found himself in front of the elevator. Next to the door was a button with a triangle on it. He pushed it, and the door opened. Junpei was in the large hospital room. June! Santa! He kept calling and walked to the center of the room. Where are they? But try as he might, he couldn't find them. Ugh! Damn it! Where did they go? Increasingly frustrated and increasingly worried, Junpei left the large hospital room. He had no choice. He would have to look for them. Junpei's heart was heavy. He couldn't shake the feeling, but there was a part of him that felt it would be wrong to, even if he could. With every step he took, his leg felt more and more like lead. So, where are they? Am I going to find them? Am I just going to die in the ship? This isn't a very happy ending. This is a lot of random searching. This would have been a good time to ask a comic question of the day, so... But yeah, like... Whoa, what is gonna happen here? The ending has got to be coming soon. And I'm sure this isn't the true ending. So many unanswered questions still. We don't even know who Zero is. Is it June? I think that's a little too obvious. Sometime later, Junpei found himself at the chapel. He stepped inside, expecting to find nothing. But there, on the red carpet in the center of the room... June! No. Codenames didn't matter any longer. She was... Connie? This is... Connie! Junpei cried her name and ran. Like lightning he ran across the room toward her. Oh man. Connie! He stumbled to a stop. So where's Santa? As he looked down at her body, lying so still on the floor, he felt the icy grip of fear upon his heart. She was still, so very still. No, it couldn't be. It was impossible. Slowly Junpei bent down toward her. His hands shook, and he felt very cold and very hot at the same time. He forced himself to look. Her back was moving. Slowly it rose and fell. Relief washed over him. She's alive. Connie! Junpei reached down and gently, very gently lifted her up. Connie! Connie! Are you alright? Jumpy. Her face was pale and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei but saw nothing. Trembling, Junpei wrapped his arm around her back. She was cold. Very cold. Junpei tried to convince himself that it was only his imagination, but she felt as though she was fading away. He could feel his heart pounding frantically in his chest. Oh man. Connie! What the hell happened to you? You feel... Jumpy. I'm sorry. Her voice was very faint. I might not make it. No way! No way am I gonna let you die! I'm gonna save you, I promise! Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy to see you again, Jumpy. Really happy. Don't give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times. You've gotta hang in there, alright, Connie? This whole close crapness, yet they haven't seen each other in so long. I don't get it. Jumpy, did you know? You meant a lot to me when we were kids. I've liked you for a long time, Junpei. A really long time. Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart like a white-hot flame. He looked down at Akane.
Game over?
What? There was a crack of static from above his head, and a voice spoke.
0.
You son of a bitch! Where are you hiding? Junpei frantically scanned the ceiling for the source of the voice.
I am right here. I've always been close to you.
What? The hell are you talking about?
No matter. I will tell you again. Game over.
What?
This game has ended.
No, it hasn't. I'm not gonna let it end yet. I'm gonna get out of here with Connie.
You can't. That is impossible.
Why?
Because you chose the wrong path.
What? The wrong path?
That is correct.
Your path was inevitable, however.
Admit defeat.
Where there is shadow, there is light. Where there is light, there is shadow.
So it goes.
What are you talking about?
It matters not. The loser has been decided.
I told you I'm not gonna lose.
No, you misunderstand. You haven't lost. I have lost.
What? Junpei didn't have time to ponder what that meant before. He heard the door slam shut behind him. He spun around. There was no one there. Was it 0? Connie, wait here. I'll be right back, I promise. Here's something crazy. If when 0 said I lost, and that's referring to the fact that June is dying, that would be crazy, but also a little obvious. Or, I don't know. Is it obvious? Maybe I only think it's obvious. Maybe it's not. No, I don't know. She managed a single nod. Junpei laid her back down gently, and up to the door. He yanked it open and shot outside. No one. The hall was empty. There was nothing moving anywhere. Damn it! He didn't want to leave Connie alone any longer than he had to, so Junpei turned around and headed back to the chapel. What? Connie? She wasn't there. She wasn't anywhere. She'd been lying there on the floor just moments before. And now she was gone? Oh God. No. Where is she? Connie! 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 His cry split the heavens themselves. He screamed until his voice gave out. I don't feel like giving that thanks. Then he screamed some more. But there was nothing. No answer. What is going on? Where is Santa? Why was June alone? Why was she cold? And why is she gone? Is it all a dream? Like, what? His voice faded away, and all that remained was cold, unfeeling silence. That was when he noticed it. A strange smell, one he'd smelled before. The smell of peculiar white smoke? 9 seconds later, Junpei's mind winked out. What? What is this? What is this? What is this? These are credits. Why are they credits? I didn't get credits last time. Last time I got to be continued. What? What? Does that make this the true ending? But, no. Is it really going to end on a cliffhanger like that? And does Clover and Snake actually die? And no, that would suck. They're my favorites. And there's still so many things that we don't get. No. You know what? I don't think this is the true ending. But if there are credits, then that tells me something. If I got that to be continued in the other thing, the fact that I need to get one ending first before I can even get the true ending, I think tells me maybe I was on the right track before with that to be continued. In fact, the ironic thing there is that if they had opened that coffin, then they would have had Snake and they would have all been able to get out. But, like, seriously. If there was a to be continued there and the credits here, the end, or is it? What? What is going on? This was a thing. Would you like the information you've gained during this playthrough? The data will be retained in your save file. If you restart the game, you'll start at the beginning. Yeah? I guess? So, do they just go out of their way to make the endings as confusing as possible? Okay, so, here are my thoughts. I just got an ending. And, I was expecting to get an ending, but I was expecting another to be continued. I didn't get it to be continued. That could mean this is the true ending. I do not think it is. Especially because it said the end, or is it? But maybe I need this to get the true ending, and that's why it said, or is it? Like, because I know you can't get the true ending on your first playthrough, but my question is, why was that one to be continued and this one at the end? I don't know. Nothing makes sense.